So here's the new Saturn. See, the exterior of it is not totally perfect, but close. Bumper sticker needs to go away. Got the original key. Automatic seat belts with fluffy thing. Just rolled over to 160,000 the other day. The steering wheel is ugly, but very comfortable. See there. The horn is it works, but you have to press here and press pretty hard. That's just how they are. Original radio, and has this thing here with that, which is a focus. It's a CD changer in the trunk. You can put 6 CDs in it and play it through the radio. Surprisingly, it actually works pretty well going through the radio. As far as issues, it does have a crack in yonder windshield right meow. On the headrest focus, on the headrest here, this thing is, you know, it has issues. It got stretched out pretty bad at one point, I suppose. So there you go. Come on, camera. Seriously, there. Let's see. Oh yeah, the shifter here has a bit of play, and that's just due to a bushing in it somewhere. Common Saturn issue with this many miles. This thing here, some of the clips got broken, so it is quite loose. In there is sort of the bushing is sort of into the plastic there. Let's see. Back seats have enough space for a child. Like maybe those. Let's see, the stocks are, come on, camera. Yeah, the stock is, it's ugly, but it works very well. Oh yeah, the headliner is, come on. The headliner has some issues with sticking on, but previous owner has got these pins here to keep it in place so it's not in your hair. So that seems to work pretty okay. Rear defrost all works, which is nice. We've got the original owner's handbook, which is big and hardback and pimpin'. This car actually it kind of tells its story to you a little bit, because it has the original warranty information and so forth from the original owners. There's the business card of the original lady who sold the car to the original owners, and I am the third owner of this car. The dude who owned it before me, apparently, as determined by a bill of sale that I found in there, owned it for like a week, which is lovely. Previous owner also assured me that the car does not burn any oil. So I guess that must mean he put in a quart too little the last time he did an oil change, because it was a quart low. So yeah, nice going, man. Yeah, I'm sure it just burns oil. It's a Saturn, they do that. I'm not worried about it. But and here is the cruise control, which is blurry. Come on, there we go. By that, and these two buttons. It's a little weird, but it does work very well. Anything else interesting about this car? Other automatic seatbelt, other fluffy thing. Sure, I'll remember something. It is pretty much equally fast to the other Saturn that's sitting right over there. It's much less wobbly and much less terrifying and much less fall-aparty But there's that. The steering is super tight. This is just power steering always kind of does this, but when you're driving, any slightest movement or even just adding force to it without moving it does steer the car, which is excellent. It's got that blind spot mirror there, which doesn't really work. I mean, it does work. It's a mirror, but it's so tiny that you can't really figure out anything in it. Just, is there a light in it or not? Should I be afraid? It's kind of weird. Has a mirror, as of course you would expect. Trying to remember any other weird quirks that this car has. Oh yeah, the main quirk is the clutch pedal, which looks like a steering wheel. It's kind of weird. You know how usually you push in a clutch and the spring pressure against you gets weaker as you go forward. It's like resistance does that. So it gets weaker. This one doesn't do that. It just feels like there's a big old spring directly behind the pedal going. It's very direct. And then the engagement point of the clutch is quite high up on the pedal travel, so I thought, okay, it just needs to be adjusted. It doesn't need to be adjusted because you cannot adjust the clutch on a Saturn. If it feels worn out or the engagement point is high, that just means that the clutch is coming towards its end. It is still very strong. It will hold the the power of the car, and if you're stupid enough to do a performance launch, it will handle it better than the Honda. But it only handles it better than the Honda, so that's really all there is to say there, because the Honda, it's the Honda. It's a bad thing. This port thing works here. Just put the cigarette lighter in it to hold the port so that there's not like live electricity going to, put a thumb in there and die. I'll put my USB charger in there eventually. But, yeah, other than that, stuff works, which is cool. Windows roll down and things. Oh yeah, it has AC, which does not work. I suspect it's just out of the coolant fluid stuff because, just the clutch doesn't come on. It could be more complicated than that, but in the case of Blackie over there, it wasn't. So if it's the same problem, then it's just, then it just needs that is all. So, yeah, I am actually going to go take off now to get this thing registered over at the DMV, or I think Washington calls it DOL. Seatbelt, Oh yeah, another quirk. It has the automatic seatbelt, but yeah, it's asking me to put on the lap belt. Has the automatic seatbelt, but then the lap belt is in constant danger mode, so you have to sort of. There we go. So you have to put on that. Apparently, the previous owner says he never bothered with it. He just used the automatic lap belt out of laziness. But I like not dying, so. I don't know if you heard that, but that's something the car does whenever you start it up and then get moving. I don't know if it's above a certain speed or clutch engagement or something, but it always goes cluck, cluck, beep from like under the hood, which is really weird. The suspension works well. That's just a violent speed bump. Around the roundabout. There's not really much else to film. I just happened to be filming because there's nothing else to do. Will we make it? It's a challenge. Yes, we've made it. Yellow. Oogly boogly. Back end came out a little bit there. But front wheel drive, it wasn't a scary coming up. Pontiac, don't do it. Bad. There, good. He went back into his hole. Hey, wow. I don't know if you can see in the mirror there, but there's a two-door dual overhead cam neon just pulled up. You can tell by the hood bulge and the lack of doors. That's a fast car. It's one thing I was thinking of buying when I got this. 150 horsepower, weighs a wee tiny bit more than this. But I didn't find a dual overhead cam one when I was looking. Well, I did, but it was in, like, you know, Seattle or something. And the single overhead cam one I did find was in terrible shape. And I hope the dual overhead cams came with better steering than the single, because it was like the steering was like out of a dump truck. It was stupid. So you turn like this, two rotations, and the car sort of meanders a little bit. This is just slow ratio steering, like a pickup truck, like a heavy duty, full ton pickup truck. I don't know if they're all like that, but that one sure was. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go here so that I'm not killed, and yeah, Saturn, yay.